But the Chinese government's excuse is that if they abandon the zero COVID policy now, the number of infection cases will surge and the health system will be paralyzed. How can China get out of this dilemma?
Well, China's had over 2 years to figure this out. And what they failed to do is the most important thing, and that is vaccinate their high-risk population. It's really inexcusable that they have not done that, or that they have not used the best vaccines that are available to them. They have badmouthed the mRNA vaccines. They have resisted attempts to use the mRNA vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna, which have been instrumental in controlling this virus. So they are in a bad dilemma but it's a dilemma of their own government's creation. This was their choice. This was their leadership's choice to take this approach. And now they are stuck with a virus that can't be eliminated and a high-risk population that is non-immune and a healthcare system that is held hostage by that situation. But who they have to blame is their own leadership. Their own leadership led them into this.
China criticized the approach of living with COVID is diminishing government's commitment to tracking and responding to the pandemic, which could leave countries flying blind and unprepared for any new variant. So what is your response? What is the role of the government in the new phase of living with COVID?
To me, the government's role is about making sure that people are not infecting other people by working with isolation and quarantine rules for people that are actually exposed, but also using that with the best science that's available and not using blunt tools, but really precision-guided tools to help people with isolation, to help people with quarantine. The government's role is not to lock people in their houses, to not build fences around apartments, to not take children from their parents. That's not the role of any kind of legitimate government. So I think you have to really restrict the government to prevention of infection using precision-guided tools that are really based on risk and based on science. So, for example, you wouldn't be treating outdoor activities the same as indoor activities. Yet in China, they do treat outdoor activities the same as indoor activities. That's not justified. So what I would see, what China has done with their government is it's a huge role for the government that has usurped the individual rights of the population. And I think there is a right size and a right role for government here, but it's surely not the Chinese way.